let's go over some Black Mirror tech. What's up, Cyberhawks? So in today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I wanted to go ahead and not do a review on the new Black Mirror episodes, but I wanted to actually go over some of the tech that we're going to be seeing in each of the new episodes of this new season. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and watch Black Mirror if you haven't seen it. This is going to be for episode 1. Joan is awful. So if you haven't seen the episode, before you watch this, go ahead and watch that. It's going to kind of just be me going over some of the notes I took on that episode, going over some of the tech, some of the, I guess, tech that we've seen and some of the new tech. Do I think is going to happen? And kind of just having like a free-form convo with you guys. Hopefully we can have some of you guys in the comments talking about this too. Talking about the tech that you liked on this episode, the tech that you didn't like on this episode. And just kind of having a camaraderie on the cool Black Mirror tech. Again, if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. It's kind of like a more technology-focused Twilight Zone. All right, so again, we're going to be going straight from the beginning of the episode to the end on the tech that we have seen. The first thing that we saw was the new Streamberry app, pretty much like a parody of Netflix. I think it's also kind of a parody of all of the new subscriptions, new like TV subscriptions that you can watch now. After Netflix did their whole Netflix thing, and you got Paramount, you got Max, you got a whole lot of different streaming services now. So I like that. But yeah, Streamberry is pretty much just a direct parody of Netflix, but in a sense, it's kind of like a parody of all the other subscriptions. Yeah, on that one, that's something we currently have, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot more streaming apps, that come. The second thing that I thought was funny was the flat screen on the TV when it was about to catch her, I guess, testing her ex and all the craziness going on that part of the episode. She could barely find the turn off button or any of the buttons. And I thought that was funny because that's kind of how these TVs are becoming. It's like if you don't have the controller, you're pretty much not going to be able to really do anything with that TV. So I thought that was kind of funny. And yeah, I can see flat screens getting more and more like that, where the flat screen will have no buttons. So, that's, one of my early predictions on that. Another big thing, this is not necessarily with the technology itself, but the terms of service. On this episode, she didn't read the terms of service. I guess nobody on that really read the terms of service. I would say like 99.9% of people don't read the terms of service of everything, including me, because it's a lot. It's like sometimes it can be like 20-30 pages of text just before you can play a game or just before you can go to a website, etc., etc. On this one, she didn't read the terms of service, so Streamberry, or the Netflix parody, was able to make a TV show on her, and she didn't even realize it. So I liked how it kind of shows you how the terms of service, they can really be taken to the soul, and you want to know. I remember seeing like a joke about that. I want to say like on Instagram or Twitter, saying how you sign like XYZ terms of service, you get literally be signing your life away. And on this episode, she kind of was signing her life away. She didn't even know. Like, I think on the episode, I think they said they had like 500 million subscribers. So like 500 million people signed their life away already, and then they can make TV shows and do whatever they want with your likeness, just to access the streaming service. So yeah, kind of just watch out on that. After this episode, I would not be surprised if you start seeing some wild terms of service now. Just a heads up right there. Now, the other big thing on this was the deep fakes. On this episode, initially you found out, well, not necessarily initially, I guess like midway through, or maybe like 1/4 the way through. But anyway, Salma Hayek, can't pronounce her name all the time, but the actor who is playing the person, Joanne. Okay, so the person playing Joanne, Salma Hayek, she isn't actually playing her. It's a whole deep fake. So this whole time you think Salma Hayek is actually working on this Netflix and acting on this Netflix show, but she's not even part of it at all. The only part of that she's part of it with is just signing her likeness away, or signing, I guess, I guess he really did kind of just sign her likeness away or whatnot. She didn't like know the full, I guess the full extent of it, but yeah, it's all a deep fake. So when Joanne is living her life, the computers, which I'm going to go over next about the quantum computers, but the computers are getting all her info, seeing what she's doing, whatnot, I think through her phone, and then it's using deep fakes to create all the environments, to create the actors doing X, Y, Z. It's like all fake. It's all CGI. So like none of it's real. So when you watch the episode like a second time, and you're looking at that, keep that in mind that all the stuff that they're watching on the streaming service, Streamberry, it's all fake. It's all CGI. It just looks super real because again we're in the future and we're able to do this super quickly. And now going back with that to the quantum computers. So on this episode, they have a quantum computer doing all of the TV shows and whatnot. So Joanne can literally be living her life, and like 8 hours later, you have a fully edited video of her life that's going on. So it's like maybe like an 8-hour delay for them to post it, but in actuality, it's like copying pretty much everything she's doing and creating it in minutes. So they're able to like pretty much create full movies, edited, color corrected, all that in like minutes or seconds, 2 minutes, which is crazy. And if you guys don't know, quantum computers, like super quick, apparently, at least from some of the videos I've seen, once we get this, you'll be able to pretty much crack anything that we currently have in like seconds. So it's kind of like an arms race to see if US is going to get it first, or Russia's going to get it first, China's going to get it first. But it's super quick, and you can do a lot with a quantum computer. And I like how this episode showing how this can be super negative. And not just for like governments and whatnot, but for like regular people. Somebody can literally take your likeness and create whatever they want you to do in like seconds. And it looks exactly like you, and it sounds just like you, has your same house. It can copy and mimic everything in like seconds, minutes to seconds. So it's like, something's kind of just watch out for. You may be thinking it, you can use these quantum computers to, just to hack people, but then you can use this technology with deep fakes and other technology to pretty much make whatever you want. So it's kind of like Photoshop on steroids, pretty much. So I like that. I'm really intrigued to see how the world's going to be like once we get quantum computers. So I guess we'll see there. But yeah, the AI was super fast. It can make, again, TV shows, movies in like minutes, just like that. And it looks good too, with music and all that. Now, another thing I saw on this too that I think it was, kind of prevalent nowadays, and it's going to be even more prevalent, I feel like, as time goes, especially with social media now, was that this quantum computer is making all the TV shows, right, in like minutes on like all the people that are subscribed. So all 500 million people is able to just easily, knock this out, make hour-long videos of every person about their whole daily life. And all of the videos that they're kind of working on are all negative. They're not like positive. Apparently they try tests with this quantum computer on, I guess, which one would get more engagement. And the positive videos got a whole lot less engagement and popularity versus the negative videos. And I guess the girl on there said something about how the quantum computer, when it was able to see from us that we saw like the positive videos as like not relatable versus the negative videos. We saw the negative videos as like more relatable and real. We didn't see the positive videos as real. We saw the negative as real and relatable. So they kind of just plays along to like what we kind of currently see in like news, social media, whatnot, even on YouTube, like negative videos, negative things, draw people in more than positive things. perfect example of this too. I think I talked about this on Financial Hawks on that channel about talking with your customers or talking with people who are watching your videos. You have people constantly writing praises like, hey, I like your video, hey, I like this, hey, I like this. And the person who created the video will not say anything to any of those people. But as soon as somebody say, I hate this video, or I hate you, all of a sudden they're commenting back to that person. So, you know, that's kind of just going along with this as well. People unfortunately pay more attention to the negative versus the positive. For myself personally, I try to not even say anything to the negative people and try to say something to the positive people. So again, that's something you guys probably seen as well. I'm pretty sure if you go to like 20, 30 YouTubers and write positive things, you may not get anything from most people. But you then go to 30 more people and write something negative and watch how quick you'll start getting responses and people talking to you, which is wild. The next thing too on this is that I guess like the big plot twist, or the second plot twist of the story, was that the characters and everything that we thought were real, they're also actually fake too. So you think the Joanne character is actually real, and you think they're using just the quantum computers for the Netflix or the Streamberry, you know, for the TV shows and whatnot. But then you find out that actually Joanne is also fake, and Salma Hayek is also fake. They're all fake. They're all pretty much just AI, and they think that they're real. And this is something I kind of thought about too before. I think a lot of gamers probably thought about this too. Like when you're playing games, sometimes like, what if this game character actually think they're real? Like if you play Grand Theft Auto, which is a full city, you got people, you know, during the task, you got people driving around, people hanging out with the girls, people going to the park, all in the video game. Like what if like they actually think they're real? Or what if we get to that point, I guess for like quantum computers, for example, that our AI, our artificial intelligence, really think that they're real and like everywhere. So like in your video games, like you're playing Grand Theft Auto, like these people really don't want to die when you shoot at them. Like you playing another game or you doing XYZ, like they actually think that they're real. And then you kind of get to the point of like them trying to escape. Should you kill these AI people in games if they're not real, but they think they're real? It just kind of gives you a whole lot of different things to think about. So on this one, I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts on this. If you were playing Grand Theft Auto in the future, like Grand Theft Auto 7, you know, 30, 40 years from now, whenever that new one was going to come out. But let's say you're playing that and you find out that the AI in the game actually think they're real. Would you still play that game, or would you still play it like as viciously as you would now? With you knowing that these AI don't think that they're real? Kind of just intrigued on that. Definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on that in the comments. And also too on this, with the quantum computers, at least on this episode, it created like multiple realities. So you have like our real world, and then you have a reality above us, or I guess below us, who think they're real, and then one above them who think they're real, and then the one above them who think they're real. And kind of like a whole multiverse type of thing inside of the quantum computer. So I'm kind of just intrigued to see just how far technology is going to end up going once we hit quantum computers, and you know, just rapidly increasing. Cause I mean, we're already rapidly increasing with tech. I mean, tech stuff is kind of like outdated, like a month later after it kind of comes out. So it could be like hours. You create something new, and then like an hour later, that stuff is like outdated. So yeah, that's the first episode. I kind of like the technology on this one. Initially, I thought we weren't going to see that much, but it quickly grew on me. And what quickly, I guess, grew on everybody. You know, once you start hitting the quantum computers and the deep fakes, CGI, and all the other crazy stuff. But yeah, guys, in the comments, I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts on the technology on the first episode. Definitely can't wait to watch the rest of the season, and probably end up making some more videos talking about this. Peace.